And that's the other big problem, and boils down again to politics, and also the kind of leaders even women leaders that we're choosing in government. Because, for example, when I heard that now Kenya was going to have the women representatives and the that gender role, I was excited because I was like, finally we'll get some representation. Finally somebody will go into parliament and bring a bill about childcare. Somebody will finally go into parliament and bring a bill about maybe things like sexual assault. But look at the kind of leaders we have. It's disheartening. It's disheartening to say that it's even among the people we expected to kind of be fighting for us. Then you realize that not all of them are in this fight for you.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage, because all these women representatives, what agendas are they raising in the parliament? All these female MPs, because you would expect, we say that maybe men have not experienced these things, so maybe they don't know what is going on. But for sure, I know they have. But, they are not speaking up. Where are the Mother Karuas? Where are the people who used to challenge governments? So I also feel like in that respect, we also do have a lot to do.
I don't know if you guys remember when I think it was the first years when we had like the first election that had women representatives, and there was a conversation around menstrual periods in like disadvantaged communities in Kenya, and these women had the audacity to be like, they should just use sponges. And I remember like watching this and being like, have you ever used a sponge in your life?
Wow.
Like, have you ever like had that experience for you to go and tell a young 16-year-old, because you don't have money for this, just go and use sponges? And I think that's actually the first place where I was like, I don't think that having that seat of women representative was a good idea, because then what it is it's just it's like a stunt of we are doing something about it, even though we are really not doing anything about it.
Yes.
Because when we talk about having more women in parliament, we're talking about having like creating a level playing field for women.
Yes.
So if you know that like a woman representative was there because they're a woman, it's in the name of the seat. So you're not going to respect that person.
Yes.
You're not. You're just going to be like, you're there because you're a woman.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you're there. Like, it was about creating equal opportunities, and to a large extent, we are our own enemies.
True.
To a large extent, we are our own enemies. Where if you have Mother Karo on a ticket and, for example, Kalonzo Musyoka on the same ticket, even women would rather vote for the man before they even consider voting for the woman. And I think that's a huge problem.
Yeah, I remember this PLO, when he was giving a speech, he said that that quote has stayed with me for so long, that anytime, I'm not sure if it was his quote originally or he quoted somebody, that anytime he's fighting for Africans, that what he was saying, that he can only use one hand because one hand is busy keeping off the other Africans who are fighting him. And I feel it's the same kind of concept, right?
Yeah.
So there are those few who are actually trying to drive the agenda, but then they have to fight with one hand while trying to keep others who are fighting them. And I feel like that's just a very weird aspect of society.
Yeah, so I'm interested to know, I think along the same lines of like women in leadership and women doing the things that we are not expected to do in the world, who is a person that you would really love to have a conversation with, like sit and have a conversation with, either dead or alive, that you consider a hero? Like this person ukifikiria, like ni mtu unataka kuwa, like you don't have to be the person, but you have traits that you really admire in them.
So I'll start with the person I would like to meet in Kenya, the woman. For me, it would be Janet Mbogwa. I love that woman so much. I have followed her ever since alikuwa kwa Citizen. And then she quit her job and then she started doing her own projects. And right now she's very passionate about women, about menstrual health, GBV. She's very passionate and very open about having those conversations. Supporting, like Sahizi, she opened a clinic, kind of a shelter, I would say. Uko, I think it's Kibra. Sorry if I'm wrong, but she opened somewhere uko marginalized Nairobi to support women when they need menstrual care. They've gone through assault from their families, some are from other people in the community. So I would really like to meet Janet Mbogwa and talk to her and just see how she navigates life and to see where she got this passion from, because she's very passionate when she talks about those kind of subjects. And I like women who support other women and try to make those policies move forward. So I'll be, for me, Janet, I would like to meet her at some point. And then globally, I love Oprah. I would like to meet Oprah. Oprah has gone through so much. I have read her stories from when she got assaulted when she was very young. And she was also not brought up in a very well-to-do family, and she had to break all those curses. And now she's a billionaire running her own shows and all that, interviewing everyone you can think of. And also, like, she has a very close friend, her best friend. They've been friends for so long. And now that she's almost retired from, being on the limelight, she's now supporting her friend to do things that, she's like mentoring her to do things. And I like women, honestly, who support other women. So seeing her and her work, how she's sponsoring so many kids in South Africa and bringing them to school, kuwapeleka shule, and adopting kids, and how like she made a personal choice with her partner, her life partner. I like how she chose herself. Akasema, Mimi, I don't want to get married, but we can do life, we do life as partners. I don't want to get married. I'm choosing me, and this is why. So I like Oprah because she knows herself and what makes her happy. So I would like to meet her someday. Maybe I will never meet her, but I know her.
Nice.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Kenya, well, unfortunately, I never have the opportunity to meet her live. But yeah, if you're in heaven when I'm coming, we must have a sit down. But Wangari Maathai is my all-time. Ever since the first time I heard her story, that was back in primary school. I was just amazed by the kind of person she is, because she did not let stereotypes or or society break her spirit, no matter what. She was the first Kenyan woman to earn a PhD in molecular biology in sciences. Well, actually the first to earn a PhD, period. She got into politics. She was very vocal about what she believed in. And even when she was faced with the whole being shamed or you're having an affair, she was like, you know what, that's what you want to think, continue thinking. And for most people that usually is like a career ending kind of blow, but for her, she just moved on like nothing ever happened, and she went on to win a Nobel Prize and all those things. And it to me, she's just amazing. And the way she was so passionate about what she was doing, to a point where she even put herself in harm's way. That is just commendable, to be honest. And I'll forever be in awe of the amazing person she was. Yeah, and actually, when she passed on, there's a time I had wanted to go into medicine for a very brief shot of a very brief moment in life. A very brief moment in life, because that was the first time I heard of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was devastated. I was like, what the hell is this? And she was still young. She had a lot of life to give. So she definitely tops that list. Yeah.
Great.
And then internationally, for me, it would be Winnie Mandela. Yeah, what can I say about Winnie? There's just, it's kind of a tie between Winnie Mandela and Crystal Michelle, but both of them, for me, I just the kind of courage that both of them have, and the kind of unconventional lives they lived, it's just an inspiration for me, to be honest. I think I'm attracted to people who go against the grain, So yeah, and I think those are the people I would like to emulate. I want to go, whatever I'm passionate about, I want to go full throttle into it, and I hope before I leave this world, I'll have made an impact, because that's what matters. Nowadays when you walk in Karura, when you sit in Uhuru Park, you can't help but think how much of a struggle it was just to have that space. And we thank Wangari Maathai for that, and we also thank Winnie Mandela for staying true, to her, even when everybody started shunning her, because Mandela has left her and all that. It did not put her down. So yeah, I think for me. But alive, okay, this is I'm taking like 3, but I would love to meet Michelle Obama.
Oh yes. Of course.
Just saying, so in case this goes viral. Hi Michelle.
Michelle Obama. Yeah.
Hi Michelle.
Yeah, I was also considering Oprah and Michelle.
Yeah. I think my heroine. Hero.
When you say it like that.
I mean, hero is apparently the male term, so I don't know what to use.
Yeah.
But it's definitely Mother Karua. I know people refer to her as the Iron Lady, and I can't wait for when I become maybe if I join politics. I don't know if I will. Maybe if I do. I also want to be an Iron Lady, because people know not to mess with her. But anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that I feel like she's really passionate about what she does. And she's really passionate about doing it right, if that makes sense. Doing the right thing and doing it right. And I think in politics, there's so much narratives that move around about you. So I know there's a narrative around her, being super corrupt during the Kibaki regime, things like that. But I see her standing her ground and being like, where's the evidence? Show me the evidence. And I know, also these people can do that. But I genuinely just love how she thinks. I love how she's able to articulate herself and really, be smart about it, if that makes sense. Something I really respect about her is, I think she understands the value of leadership. And for me, this came up just, I think, a few weeks ago, when she had to talk to the media, and she was like, guys, look, there are not only 2 candidates in this race. You guys have to give enough information about everybody else who's within the race. And that gives an opportunity for Kenyans to know that it's not only 2 people that are there, and the fact that we have to give an opportunity to other people that also aspire to take up this role of presidency, for example. And I think the other thing is that she has a track record. If you talk to people in Kirinyaga, she has a track record. of the things that she has done with the power that was invested in her. And I'm really excited to see like what she does like later on in her life. And I really want to meet her. If anybody knows her, like give me her number or whatever needs to be done. But I think that if I was a leader, I would want to be her. If I was a leader, I would want to be her. A person who's resilient. She knows what she's doing. She knows her worth. She knows what she has done versus what has been said. And like she's unshakable, basically. And I just want to say like that's a trait I've seen in like women who are older, like 40-year-old women plus. It seems that there's something that clicks in your brain. You're like, you know what? If you want to say something, just say it. Like, I don't actually care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, talk to me directly. Don't go through other channels. And that's one of the reasons I can't wait to be 40 because I can't wait to get to the level where I actually don't really care about what people have to say about me. I think it's liberating, and it's liberating to see it in other people.
Yeah.
From an international standpoint, I don't know if there's anybody that I'm like strongly connected to, but I love to hear stories of women presidents and the things that they do. I think there's a statistic that shows that women presidents have like significantly like more positive change as compared to their counterparts. Even within business, it seems that like women leaders within business have significantly more positive results than what has traditionally been done. And I think it's because women like we look at things holistically. We don't only look at, oh, if it's business, what's gonna give us profit? We think about like who's our client, what do they feel, are we being empathetic, things like that. And I think those things really contribute to how the world runs.
Be humble, keep it classy, keep it real. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. I wanna meet Buddha, so I can shake her hand, tell her she a queen, she made something of herself. Now I can catch feelings, she account shillings, top billing, while she in a private jet. Get down on your knees and praise, and then do your best. They don't know your tears, what you say. Speak now or forever hold your breath. Now you can bet your money on me, baby, I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy like Victoria. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she do it better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable, a phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though. I wanna big up all the queens in the building. All the queens doing their thing. I see you, baby. Get on the floor one time. Now, picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Now you can bet your money on me, baby. I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy.
In short, I think everybody should be like women. Like everybody should just think like women, and to everybody else, like think like women, so that we can have a better world.
Yes,
we can have a world where people love each other, think about each other. Exactly. We not only put ourselves first. It's very important for women to put ourselves first because we live in a world where nobody is going to put us first. But at the same time, like we think about ourselves and we also think about other people. I think if we live in a world where people thought about the other person and the repercussions of the other person, things like the war we are currently experiencing would not have been happening. That's my 2 cents.
Think of like these words that I'm going to read out. So when you think of fashion,
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Sharon Mundia.
Ooh, Sharon Mundia. Yes. I think for me, when I think fashion in Kenya, I'm a big fan of Naomi Nganga's work, Style by Naomi, and mostly the pieces she has done for Kate Actress, and I also love Kate Actress. Her sense of fashion is well, and the people who dress her stylists, good work. You're doing a good work. But internationally, for me, and I think style, I think Gab Union.
Oh
You know, she's
God. Yep.
yeah, she gives us some exquisite pieces. So I do appreciate that.
Yes, that's true.
I think for me internationally it's Michelle Obama.
Oh.
I think internationally for me it's Michelle Obama. I don't know who dresses her,
Oh,
but
yeah.
whoever is dressing her, you're doing a good job.
keep at it.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is comedy.
Internationally?
Yeah, either.
Comedy. Tiffany Haddish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In Kenya?
I only know Mamit.
Like Awinja, formerly of Papa Shirandula.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing some parodies. It is really nice. We have people like Rono.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rona for me. I love her. Oh my god, Rona, if you're watching this, I absolutely love her. She's so funny.
Yes. And then internationally?
Nah, it's Rona.
Then-
Rona laughing.
So there's this UK comedian, her name is Gina, I think Yashere. Sorry if I've butchered your name, but I like your comedy. She's a Nigerian, she's of Nigerian descent, but raised in the UK. She has really hilarious comedy. So
Grace Sajid Laure is also really funny. She's based in the UK. Yeah.
Next category.
Okay, the next category is leadership. Yeah, this is broad. For me, okay, right now, internationally, it will have to be Jacinta Ardern, just because of the way she has managed the pandemic and all that. So she kind of comes top of my mind at the moment internationally.
I think I would go for that too. That one, yeah.
Yeah, and then in terms of like Kenya, a lady called Grace Wanene. She's from Laikipia. She was the former Miss Earth Kenya, and she's doing amazing work with Drawing Dreams Initiative. Shout out Drawing Dreams Initiative, and she's been doing a lot of work around menstrual hygiene and then school feeding programs in the northern parts of Kenya, and it's commendable. Shout out to my homie.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great work.
Wanjiru Njiru is an icon in fashion. Wawira Njiru is food for education.
Yes.
Wanjiru Njiru is actually, she's one of my fashion icons.
Nice.
Oh my god, how did I mix? They're sisters, I guess.
Yes.
Sharon Mundia is a fashion icon.
Yeah, Sharon Mundia and I think Wanjiru Njiru too.
Yeah.
I think
Wawira, good work.
Wawira is
amazing, beautiful work you're doing with
100%.
With that.
I mixed the sisters. It's okay, they're sisters, so I guess it wouldn't be too bad.
And then in terms of like courage or like fears, I don't know how to explain that because that encompasses a lot of things.
I think for me, there's a lady called Susan Wangoi Mogwe.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know her. I don't think she wants to be known, so I'll just leave it at her name. But she's one of the most revolutionary women I've ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's so many curveballs that have been thrown at her, but she's still standing.
Yeah.
And she's standing strong. She's not only standing, she's standing strong.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's definitely Wangoi Mogwe. She's an amazing woman. I
Yeah.
hope she knows that.
I think for me it would have to be two. I do have two names. So one is Njeri Megwe. Njeri Megwe runs a safe house for GBV victims and and she was a victim of GBV herself, and now she runs a rescue home, and she's been doing great work. It's tough work, but she's very courageous at it. So big shout out. And the second person for me would have to be Adele Onyango. She's unapologetic. She's just amazing. So keep going, Adele. Keep telling the truth. You're doing a good job. Okay, so we've had a really good time and a very deep conversation, and would love to hear what you have to say about some of the topics we've discussed, and also other topics that you'd want to hear. I hope Jamba will invite us back for another session sometime soon. So put it down there in the comments. Let's know what you feel. Shout out the great women in your life and in your circle of influence who are doing great things in the comment section. You can use hashtag Break the Bias, which is this year's theme for the International Women's Day and also the Women's History Month. So hashtag Break the Bias. And let's continue spreading the word. Let's continue breaking the bias. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you know when our next episode drops. And thank you so much for giving us your time.